two teams that have been playing the best cricket. They are facing off against each other in a match that doesn't have a big consequence, to be honest, India and New Zealand.
So I think it'll be a mouth-watering contest. The winner obviously tops the group.
Rohit Sharma had a little bit of an hamstring soreness.
Definitely, Shami was feeling his ankle in his second over, and Rohit was hobbling a bit with his hamstring.
But Rohit Sharma, probably a precautious move, but still he is captain. So I'm thinking what is going to happen there. So one thing about New Zealand is they play without any pressure, Pritham. India, on the other hand, plays always under pressure.
Magnificent catch. Just look at Badri now, diving into it.
Lovely shot. Picks it over the offside. That's a good shot.
Back-to-back boundaries. Hello and welcome to Cricket with Badri, another episode of Cric Debate. This video is presented to you by DIVO News. We have Pritham with us. Hi Pritham.
Hi Badri, how are you doing?
Very well. I'm doing good. You have Northern Lights. Yes, light is shining really bright on two teams. Pritham, India and New Zealand. Of course, they've been playing good cricket. Probably the two teams that have been playing the best cricket. They are facing off against each other in a match that doesn't have a big consequence, to be honest. India and New Zealand, both of them there in the semi-final. What are we expecting out of this contest, Pritham?
Two form teams, Badri, like you said, New Zealand and India, both informed teams, and of course New Zealand, one of the teams with batting and bowling suited to the subcontinental conditions, which is very good, because you saw a team like England which said I will pick only pace. And we saw what happened to them. So New Zealand very smartly have loaded themselves up with spin. They've loaded themselves up with batsmen who can play spin, as we saw in the Test series against India. So I think it'll be a mouth-watering contest. The winner obviously tops the group, and so regardless of India winning or not, they play their semi-final in Dubai on Tuesday. So I think it's an even contest. It will definitely be Indian batsmen against the New Zealand spinners, because off late India have struggled against spin. We saw that in the Sri Lankan series also. But India's got a couple of gun players against spin. Iyer, and if Rishabh Pant plays, because Rohit is slightly doubtful due to an injury, so you have the ability to tackle spin. So yeah, it's going to be a great contest. And more importantly, Badri, if not looking ahead, which we all tend to do sometimes, if both teams win their semi-finals, then the same teams will play a week later in the final, where there is a lot more meaning and value to the contest.
Yeah, I think probably final candidates, both of them, India and New Zealand. Like I said, they've been playing good cricket, and might be a curtain raiser. Comparing their batting, I think one team that can equal India man to man in batting lineup is New Zealand. I don't see any other team equaling India's batsmen. For example, if you look at Rohit Sharma at the top, there is Sachin Ravindra, who is equally in good form. There is Will Young. If you come to middle order, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, but then this side there is again Mitchell, Latham. They are all in tremendous form. So I think,
and don't forget Williamson.
I have forgot Williamson, the big one. I think so. Man to man, they're equally good batting side. To give you some numbers, Sachin Ravindra 893 runs, Will Young 797 runs, Daryl Mitchell 750 runs in ODIs. Big numbers there.
Yeah, I mean, compared to the numbers that Virat and Rohit have, I mean, those are smaller numbers, but they're a form team, and they won the tri-series in Pakistan. They beat Pakistan in the opening game. So yeah, New Zealand definitely have the team to combat India. Absolutely no doubt about that. It's going to be a very even contest in my book.
Yeah. So looking at changes, Pritham, let's come to India. There are some, not to call injury worries, but then precautious measures that could be taken with the Indian side, isn't it? Rohit Sharma had a little bit of an hamstring soreness, and Mohammad Shami is playing after a long time. He's coming to the Indian side after a big break. He's played 2 games. India are through, and they are playing another match in 36 hours. So will it be wise probably to rest Mohammad Shami? For sure, I believe that should be rested. I think he should be there for the semi-final and final. But Rohit Sharma, probably a precautious move, but still he is captain. So I'm thinking what is going to happen there.
I think you're right, Badri. I think that's a good point. Definitely, Shami was feeling his ankle in his second over, and Rohit
Mm.
was hobbling a bit with his hamstring. So
Mm.
I personally feel they will not risk both of them because both of them had so much value at the beginning of the innings. Rohit with the bat and Shami with the
Yeah.
ball. So you definitely need them fit and firing for the semi-final. And aging body, especially with Shami, it's a surgically repaired body. So
Yes.
I have a feeling these two will sit out, and they may actually make one more change considering New Zealand has so many left-handers. They probably will try Washi at instead of one of our spinners, instead of Kuldeep or Aksar or Jadeja. Just a thought, because this contest is, but of course, if you win, you become number one. But what if you play New Zealand again a week from now? So how will Washi go against the left-handed lineup? I don't know. That's a possibility. But those two changes you spoke about with Rohit and Shami, definitely that's happening.
Yeah, if Rohit doesn't play, then Rishabh Pant probably will be an option. That that is straightforward. But then if Washington's on the place, in whose place will he come into play, Preetham? You think?
They probably will not want to weaken the batting, especially with Rohit not there. Probably plays ahead of Kuldeep, and not Kuldeep won't be dropped. He bowled brilliantly against Pakistan. Maybe Kuldeep will be rested, or maybe Jadeja. Jadeja is also an aging warrior. He's also 36. Although he's like a panther in the field, he's also an aging warrior. So maybe instead of a Jadeja, a Washi in the middle also gives you that like for like left-handed replacement. But a right-hand off-spin option. So yeah, maybe for Jadeja possibly.
Yes, those are all good options. I agree with you because I want Arshdeep to play in the 11, Preetham. Because if Shami is not playing, because for no fault of Arshdeep, he's been out. So I want to see that left armer, play in the 11. He's missed out for no fault of his. But then it's an exciting contest. New Zealand versus India. New Zealand have been a bit of a threat, Priyatham, for India in the past. Let's not forget the 2019 Champions Trophy that happened. The more very eventful game that we all remember.
World Cup, Badri, actually.
Sorry, that was World Cup. Yes, World Cup that happened in England, right? Yeah, I still can't get over it. I get over that match. But New Zealand have been like that in ICC ODI events, 1-for-1. Yeah, 1-1. New Zealand have won one match. The one thing about New Zealand is they play without any pressure, Priyatham. They come and play with a lot of freedom, just express themselves. They enjoy the cricket. India, on the other hand, plays always under pressure.
I mean, the weight of expectations is so much, and that always gets to you. You compare the size of New Zealand and India, and the expectations. Every time the Indian team goes out on the park, all of us expect a win. So the expectation sometimes gets to you as a player. New Zealand have the advantage of playing without expectations, and keep in mind, New Zealand are always plus 20 on the field. They have athletes who, not cricketers, they're all athletes basically. If you look at a Glenn Phillips or a Santner, the way they move, they're all athletes, and they've always been a very good fielding side. Whether they've been a good batting or a bowling side doesn't matter. They've been a fantastic fielding side, and I think it's definitely going to be a very, very interesting contest, and I personally think it's 50-50. I'm not making India the favorite in Sunday's game.
Yeah, we were under pressure. India, the weight of expectations of billion people always on the Indian team, whereas they come and play and express themselves, plus 15-20 runs on the field. A well-balanced New Zealand take on India for the number one slot in Group A. Let's see who is it going to be. Probably both teams are in semi-finals. An exciting contest awaits us. Thank you, Priyatham, for coming on Cricket with Badri and sharing your thoughts as usual.
Thank you for having me, Badri. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, this video was presented to you by DIVO News. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and press the bell icon as well. Whenever we post a video, you will get a notification. Thank you guys. See you soon. Bye.